Hey, welcome to another edition of Ego on Break. Again, I'm your host, Jay Andrews, and I'm joined by the Mississippi Madman, Logan Creed, and it's not quite mad today, he's more calm. It's the calm man, calm man from Mississippi. No, that sounds horrible. Taco man from Taco Bell. The not official, could be official if they wanted to be official sponsor.
I just realized they screwed the design up on these
little something right there.
Yeah.
So we want to touch base. We want to send our prayers out to Kamala, the Ugandan giant. He's doing really bad. There's things going around on social media. Not sure what all's going on there. You know, you kind of see different things, read different things. But from Pro Wrestling Ego from Ego on Break, we want to send our prayers and thoughts and good vibes to Kamala. I know we've both had dealings with Kamala in the past. You want to share a Kamala story? You got something that either something that happened with you with Kamala, because I know you played a small role in Kamala's independent career, or just a story from watching Kamala or that kind of thing.
I told you, I've said this story 1,000 times, but it's the one about me and my dad watching wrestling, and when he burned Duggan, and then I met the man in real life, and I'm just like, this was the crazy bastard that was eating chickens and scaring the hell out of people and getting an hacksaw burned, and he's like one of the nicest men you'll ever meet in your life. Right. So that was real cool. I
think the first time I met him, the biggest thing was like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm a dumb mark or anything like that, but I'm a wrestling fan. So if you put it out there to me as, hey, this is who I am, this is what I want to believe. So the first time I met him and like he spoke, I was like, God, you ruined it. Like, I don't know if I wanted to be in the locker room going, boga, 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 or what, but like when he was like, hey, I'm James, like, killed it for me, but
and he has that southern drawl too.
Yeah, but I am a huge fan of the characters in wrestling, and Kamala's, it doesn't get any bigger of a character in more ways than one with Kamala. So
he was from southern Uganda.
Yeah, southern Uganda, and he's a massive man.
Yeah, he was big. So
but that's just, and today I was watching some things with him, and I watched, and I guess I'd never seen it, but it was from like the 500th episode of like Superstars or something, and it was Papa Shango versus Kamala.
Wow.
And man, was it horrible. But the build, like, just the entrance and like the stuff they did pre-match and mid-match and after the match that wasn't wrestling was phenomenal. The mannerisms and how they played off each other was great. And I watched Kamala learn to bowl, which was awesome.
Wow.
Slick taught him how to bowl, and it was phenomenal. So just want to give show our love to Kamala. So Kamala, sir, we are thinking about you, and hope you get better.
Oh, he's cool, man.
Absolutely.
Go listen to Push It.
Don't go listen to Push It.
It's an awesome song.
Kamala tried a second or third career as a blues singer, and he's got some interesting songs.
He's got some DVDs. I mean, not DVDs, CDs out there.
He's got some interesting songs, to say the least.
Turn into your dad for a second.
Yeah, so, check those out for sure, if you want to laugh. You had touched base with me about seminars in wrestling.
No,
and
something that was said at a seminar.
Yeah, and I'm a big proponent of doing seminars. Yeah. I think guys should do seminars. You always want to continue to learn. But I do think you have guys out there that are doing seminars just to do them, as far as hosting them or teaching them. And sometimes maybe they're not. Maybe it's more of, I'm going to rip these guys off instead of spread the knowledge.
Sometimes.
But there was a comment made in a seminar before that some of our guys taken, and it was based on the line of, forget what you're paid to do, just do whatever you want to do. And in the words of Eric Wayne, get your shit in.
Yeah.
So and no, Eric Wayne was not teaching the seminar.
It was not Eric Wayne.
But how do you feel about that? Like, do you think a wrestler should take a booking and then do what he wants to do instead of doing what he's asked and paid for to do?
Well, here's the thing. If you do that, 10 to 1, that promotion's never going to invite you back. You just lost a booking, and what's the point? And if it gets out there to other promoters, they're not going to book you, because now you get this terrible freaking reputation.
Yeah. And I mean, you may get a cool spot that you can put on your highlight video for doing whatever you want to do.
I'd rather have a cool $100 bill.
Absolutely. I'd rather get paid. And not saying that your highlight video won't lead to you getting more bookings, but if I watch your video and I go, hey, this guy's awesome, I want to book him, and I come in and say, hey, I'd like for you to do this and this, and go, screw you, I'm going to do what I want to, well, then
basically,
I'm never bringing you back. Yeah. So you may get a booking off of it, but it doesn't mean you're going to get a lot of bookings off of it. And if you do have a promoter that is booking you that, and he's booking you, on a semi-regular basis, on a regular basis, I guarantee you that's not your philosophy, is to screw him and do what you want to do. Just because that's a bad business practice. So yeah, I definitely think that's bad advice for sure.
Terrible, man. That's, it didn't make any sense when I heard it. I was like, what?
Yep. Another thing like bothers me is, and we've done it a few times, and we've had guys come in and teach a seminar. But they would just strictly run you through drills. They would never teach you. It'd just be all exercise. And don't get me wrong, you may teach me a new drill that would help me in my exercising, but at the end of the day, I mean, other than helping my cardio, what did you really teach me?
Exercise.
So, but I still, it's one of those, there's a saying, what is it? One bad apple ruins a bunch, but I don't think that way. I think if you find the bad apple, throw it away, and then, keep the rest of the apples because they're good. So, overall, I think seminars should be encouraged, especially by promoters and trainers. But I think it's just one of those things, if you find a guy that has done something, that didn't do a seminar that was up to par, you definitely need to spread that word, and or at least not do it again. Like, I'm not going to say go ruin this, because he may have been having a bad day or whatever. You never know. But if you build that reputation up, just be careful, because everything you say and do is judged, especially as wrestlers. So
follows you and follows you and follows you.
Absolutely. But have you ever taken a seminar?
I've been to a few of y'all.
Yeah.
But it was basically when I was hurt.
What's the biggest piece of advice you picked up from a seminar?
No, I won't tell that part. But I don't know, from various people, like Pork Chop Gash did one.
Cash?
Yeah, Cash, I'm sorry. Yeah. Cash did one, and it was as simple as him telling how to give a a solid lockup. Yeah. And because, God, one of the worst things I hate is seeing this little...
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lockup can, I'm a big proponent of having great lockups, because if you lock up and it's horrible, then you just lost me. I mean, a bad lockup's worse than a botch to me, because at least I know that you were trying to do something when you screwed up. I think the best advice I ever heard from a seminar, this came from Rudy Boy Gonzalez, and it was make the most of the time you have. If you're given a minute, and you go, say you go a minute 5, well, scrap that because you went too long. If you went, 50 seconds, well, then you just cheated yourself out of 10 seconds. So maximize that time that you get. Don't look at it as, oh, I only got a minute. Look at it like, I got a minute. I got 60 seconds to show them exactly what I can do. And 60 seconds can be a long time. So it's definitely hard to hit that mark sometimes.
What we on say? Let me talk about something real quick. People say they're booked into bad situations where they can't get over. Do you think that such thing is true? Because I know you've gotten over and you wasn't supposed to. I've gotten over and I wasn't supposed to.
I mean, again, it's make the most you can out of that minute. I mean, if my job is to go out, take one punch, and the guy just put his foot on me, well, do they remember me as a memorable match? Maybe not. But what I do coming to the ring may make them remember. How I react to that sale, how I sell going away from the ring, is definitely going to make it memorable. I tell people I'm not a great wrestler, but I'm a pretty good entertainer. So if you ask me, hey, Jay Andrews, how long do you want to go in your match? Well, give me 3 minutes. I'm good. I mean, I'd like to have 15 minutes, but I only want to get in the ring for 3. So I mean, I think your best experience of watching Jay Andrews is not what he does in the ring, but what he does while he's getting to the ring, while he's, getting out of the ring and that kind of thing. So,
well, I always hear people say that. Well, I can't get over this and I can't get over that. You ain't got to do 20 moves in a match.
Well, and here's the thing. Sometimes getting under is what's getting you over. Look at guys like Mikey Whipwreck, who, for the first, so many matches or whatever, he didn't even get an offensive move.
No, they kicked his ass.
And his first offensive move was a pin. You know, and him and Cactus won tag team titles or whatever in ECW.
Stepped over backwards and fell over.
Yeah. So I mean, don't take it as, oh well, I'm just going here to get squashed, or it's a job match or whatever, or you know, oh, I'm not going to that town because they're just going to use me as security or whatever. Sometimes just getting your face in the place is what's going to help your career the most. You may go out there and steal the show, but you may also go out there and stink it up. So I mean, you know, some of the things, I don't think you can get booked into a bad situation. I think you can get booked into a situation where you see it as bad and therefore you make it bad.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Eugene, you know, Nick Dinsmore. I'm sure when he was like, I want to be a wrestler, it wasn't I want to be a special ed, you know, guy.
That was his idea.
Well, that's because what he was doing wasn't working.
That's right.
You know.
Mm-hmm. They already had Chris Benoit. They needed
yeah, exactly. You know, so I mean, he made the most of it. Some people go, "Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going out there and make a fool of myself."
But me a duck from a
you know,
chicken.
he made a lot of money off of that, and now, you know, forever, you know, he'll probably be remembered forever. You know, how many people remember Nick Dinsmore? Maybe not that many, but how many people will remember Eugene? Absolutely. And you know, look at Jack Swagger, who went on a losing spree at one time and lost for a year straight, and then won 2 matches and was champion. Jinder Mahal's a perfect example. You know, he was considered a job guy for the most part, and then bam, champion. Yeah. So I mean, every dog's got his day, you know. So no, I don't think. I think an opportunity is an opportunity, and what you make out of it is what you get. You're going to get out of an opportunity what you put into it. So if you go into it looking at, oh, screw this, it's bad, blah blah blah, then you're just going to get that. You're going to get bad out of it. But if you go, hey, this is an opportunity. Yes, it's only for a few minutes. Yes, it's not. I'm not going to win. Yes, it may make me look bad in this match. But if I can steal the show up to that point, then maybe I'll get some sympathy. Maybe I'll get some love. You know, or maybe I'll get some hate. Whatever. You know, whatever it takes to get you booked back. But I don't think going out there and going, oh, well, screw this, I'm not going to do my best, you know. What they say is one fan or 1 million fans, you know, it's that one fan may make all the difference in your career. So put in your best work and don't look at anything as a bad situation. You know, and do the rides. Like, I hate hearing people go, oh, well, I'm not booked, I'm not going. Like, that drives me crazy because, like, especially in Pro Wrestling Ego, like, right now, you know, several guys on our roster were not booked. They showed up.
Yeah.
They showed up with the attitude of anything I can do to help the show out. Not if you can let me wrestle, I'll wrestle and do my best. That's not what they said. They said, hey man, whatever you need, I'll do it. And you know, they worked their way into regular spots. So
you never know what might happen.
Yeah, I mean, so to wrestlers that are, you know, not yet the name, you know, go out there and make that name. And if you have to make that name by showing up and introducing yourself to a promoter, because look, if there's a promotion you want to work for, oh man, this promotion's awesome, I'd love to work there. Chances are there's 10,000 wrestlers saying the same thing, and if they all send their resume, their highlight video, all that to the promoter, do you think he has enough time to watch 10,000, you know, check 10,000 emails, check 10,000 Facebook messages, whatever? But how many people are going to go stand in front of him and go, hey, hello, sir, this is who I am. You know, anything you need, I'll do. You know, set the chairs up, sling rings, sell cotton candy, whatever. You know, lose and open a match, freaking do a run-in, you know, whatever. I'm here to do it.
That's it.
It goes a long way.
I promise you, because I know for a fact you're booking 2 guys right now that did that.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 guys.
I'm talking about 2.
4 guys for sure. And I'll throw their names out there. I'll throw 2 of them out there for sure. Johnny Learman, he's one of the guys, and also Lights, Camera, and Action. Yeah. Showed up, not booked, rode with some guys. Matter of fact, Johnny Learman didn't even ride with guys. He sent a message and said, I like what you're doing in your company. I know you may not have a spot, but if I can come help set up, take down, clean up garbage, you know, whatever need, I'd like to come and just introduce myself and you know, let you see what I can do. And that's what he did. He came, helped the ring up, put chairs out, and I'm like, hey, you my guy. I'm a George South fan. You know, George said, hey, you want to take some work off my back? I'll let you wrestle. You know, Learman, you know, he worked the first match on the first time he came. He's worked a couple of dark matches, but he's getting his face in the place. And you know, when there's time for me to go, hey, we need an extra guy, to move up to that regular spot. Well, guess what? The guy that's out there busting his butt trying to get on my show is the guy I'm going to put in the spot, not the guy I've never heard of, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
So, especially in the South, man, especially in Mississippi, like, you can build names, you know what I mean? Like, independent name value really doesn't hold up in Mississippi for some reason.
It just don't.
But that homegrown talent that crowd has got behind since day one and got to know, and, you know, they saw him working hard and slinging ring and putting chairs up and earning the spot, like, man, the crowd here, they really get behind that, you know, so.
I think our biggest problem as far as indies go is you're probably one of the bigger promotions.
Yeah.
And nobody really watches indie wrestling around here. If it ain't WWE, barely TNA.
Yeah.
They don't know who the hell Ring of Honor is.
You'd be surprised how many fans won't watch SmackDown that watch Monday Night Raw every week.
That's it.
And like, I know what they're doing, the little Raw versus SmackDown thing now.
They just finished it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, but like, that's true. Like, I work with a lady, she watches Raw every Monday night, but she will like SmackDown's like minor league. TNA's not even a thing. She's never heard of it. Exactly. You know, Ring of Honor, what is that? You know, pro wrestling. Yeah, she knows that, only because I talk about it all the time. But like, I can remember when CM Punk came to Raw or whatever, and she was like, I hate him, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, man, he's so good. I've been watching him for years. And she's like, well, he just showed up. Like, how you been watching, you know? But that's really how they think, you know?
I know.
And I mean, I know she knows there's other wrestling because she grew up in the age where every Wednesday night they went to the Coliseum in Jackson to watch Mid-South. So she knows there's more wrestling, but it's like, no, Raw is what it is, and there's no, you know, it doesn't matter there's any more, you know.
A lot of people just don't want to put forth effort to look for other wrestling.
Yep, that's it. So,
and nowadays it requires effort, they just don't want to do it.
Right. Because, I mean, it's like, well, if it doesn't pop up in my face, I'm not going to take the chance. It's just like getting booked. You know, if you don't pop up in a promoter's face, you know, chances are he's not going to see you.
That's it.
So, I remember there was a guy several years back when we first started. He had a lot of potential. I kept telling him, like, man, you've got to go. You got to message. You got to talk. You got to do this. And he was like, well, if a promoter wants to use me, he knows how to get in touch with him. I'm like, yeah, but there's 50 of you, and he only needs 10. So what makes you think you're going to be the one of the 10 he's going to pick? But now if you are, like, reaching out to him and said, hey, I just want you to know who I am, like, that's how you get, like, you don't get, you know, if you wanted to work at, you know, the unofficial Taco Bell, you're not going to go, well, I need a job. Taco Bell is probably going to call me because I need one.
They don't have my phone number.
No, you have to physically go and fill out an application, say, hey, this is who I am, and I'm looking for a job, you know. Same way with wrestling. So,
believe me, just because you got a highlight video don't mean everybody's seen it.
Right, absolutely. Speaking of everybody seeing things, I think that's a good segue into my next little topic. At Southern 8, we seem to have, and I got a Facebook message. The guy says, seems you had a superstar fan in your crowd and didn't know it.
I was upstairs.
My bad. Yeah. But this guy, Jim Sterling, is a video game reviewer on YouTube, and he has a pretty big following.
He's pretty big from the picture I saw.
Well, yeah, well, you know,
big fella.
Let's just say he's Kamala-ish. But supposedly he was there, and
a lot of spandex.
Not at the show he didn't, but he put up a video of Sterrdust.
It was disturbing.
And although I believe he was probably a bigger fan than he was letting on of Pro Wrestling Ego,
my bad.
He said that if Pro Wrestling Ego wanted to see what a real winner looked like, it would have Sterrdust on our events. So, you know, from Pro Wrestling Ego to Mr. Sterrdust, and all his purple spandex. We want to issue an open invitation. So we have a couple of events coming up, December 2nd in Byram Baptist Church, the Ego Dojo as it is. Sweet. January the 6th at the Hideaway. Yep. And then January 27th at the Bigfoot Training Academy in Pillhatchie. Mr. Sterrdust, consider it an invite to come and show us what a winner is. I'm sure there'll be a wrestler or two that may would like to introduce themselves to you, sir. So we'll leave it at that.
Possibility.
And we'll just see if he's going to be reaching for the stirs or seeing stirs.
I was disturbed.
So that's it for Ego on Break. No life in the headlocks because this guy over here didn't do any.
Well, that ain't my damn fault. Shut up.
And check us out. Just threw out the dates too, so you don't have to do that. Check out Jim Sterling on YouTube. Check out his video. It's I think it's labeled under the Nintendo Switch video. Check it out and see if you think Sterrdust is a bigger winner than...
Wasn't he on Twitter?
He is on Twitter, Jim Sterling.
There you go.
But just check him out and see if he's a bigger star than the guys you see at Pro Wrestling Ego. Later, guys.